Hello, I am back. So, where we last left off was the draft for this public team that I joined. I have no intention of playing this team at all, so I kind of just let the draft pick whatever it wanted. But I will show you here how to really manage your team then from this point. So, when you log into your Yahoo, get into the fantasy baseball area, it'll give you a list of what teams you have available. I'm in another league with my old bank that I worked at, and then the league that all of you are going to be seeing this one, which this name needs to change. I already changed it. I thought it saved it. Maybe I didn't save it. And then this team. So for this public one, I am playing this person for the first week. So if you click on like your team name here, yay, first draft. This will give you a list of everybody that got picked. Okay. Oh, they do have one here too. That's good. So, what you're trying to do is have as many of your guys play throughout the week to get the points that you need. So a week will go from I think Monday all the way to the end of day Sunday. That'll be so everybody that plays on that whole week will give you points for that week. So for example, if I click up here, so I clicked on my team name. If I click up here on the matchup, this will show me who I'm playing against and what categories I need to score points in. So out of all my guys, if I have the most runs, I'll score 1 point. Out of everybody here, if this guy scores like the most home runs, then he'll get a point for that. So then throughout the week, these numbers are changing. You guys are getting played. Your pitchers are doing their thing. So, you're trying to get the most points to be able to win that week. And then come that next Monday, it'll be a different team. So if we look back here at the league, so here's like here's current standings. Here's the schedule. So my first week I'm playing this guy. So that next Monday I'll play this one. Third Monday this one. So what you're trying to do, like let's look at. So games are gonna start first week of April, I think, or like that Thursday, Friday. So we'll jump ahead here. So when you look, when you see your lineup, you can tell what guys to be in your lineup on what days. So let's go here. So like Friday the 1st, no one's playing. So let's go a couple further. So I think there's a couple teams playing Thursday. Yep. What about Wednesday? Oh. Tuesday? There are a few Tuesday. Okay. Monday. Okay. Sunday. Okay, so there actually is a team that plays Sunday. Usually, like the very first week of the season, like there'll be like 2 weeks smashed together. So I'll be playing the same guy for 2 weeks to get the points. Because like this Sunday obviously would fall on the previous week, but for start of the season's sake, they put those first 2 weeks together. Because I don't think there's anybody on the first, which is not gonna show me now. But anyways, so there is one guy, this guy that plays on Sunday. So for me to be able to get points for him, he has to be in one of these positions. Currently, he is in the utility position here. He plays at 1 o'clock against Tampa Bay. I also have a couple pitchers here that are starting as well. So, I mean, if I wanted to, since in this case it goes by starting pitcher, relief pitcher, I could put this guy up into, if I click on the item here, or the position, I can move him up into a starting position. Anything that's not grayed out will be counted towards the score. So, I have 2 pitchers and this guy. So these guys are going to play on this Sunday. So, I can go on to the next day, Monday here. So since he played on Sunday, he's obviously not playing on Monday. So I want to most likely change him out to get somebody else in here that is playing. Utility positions are considered like an all-around. You could put like anybody here. Doesn't matter their position. But obviously, like this catcher, he can only go into utility or the catcher position. So, let's see. Based on preseason rank, I probably want to put this guy in. So let's move him into that. This guy, he looks like he might be day-to-day, probably won't be playing. He might be, I don't know. But for safety's sake, if I don't want to risk him, I can swap him out with another guy that it can be in the outfield position. So let's put Gordon. His current ranking's a little better. So yeah, so now this, oops. So these guys will be my current lineup for Monday. And then my pitchers here, I want to swap out, if I have any benched guys that can go up here, like, for example, this guy can go here, because he's not playing on Monday. I have an open one here, which kind of stinks. But, obviously, there's no way around it. I would have to get rid of one of my benched guys up here to be able to pick up another pitcher here to possibly fill this date. So there's going to be some days where not everybody is going to be able to play. I think it's usually like Mondays or Tuesdays are like the down days of baseball. So like you'll have like maybe 3 or 4 guys playing on Monday. When it comes to pitching, making sure who's available to play, like these guys, their team is playing, but they might not actually be pitching. In this case, if they have a little checkbox next to them, Texas knows that they are starting this pitcher against Cleveland on this day. Same with Porcello on, for Boston. So these will be important because these will determine, like these innings pitched right here, IPs. You need to have, similar to our league, this league only requires 8 innings pitched. So as long as 7 innings pitched. Wow, I can't even read. Ours requires, I think, 15 or 20 innings. So really, these guys, since they're starters, most likely will go at least 5 to 7 innings per game. So as long as these two both play a decent amount on this first day, they will match this minimum innings pitched right off the bat. So then that means if they get those minimum innings pitched up here, if there are like these wins and saves, these are pitcher scores. So they will be able to score for those points then as long as they meet that minimum. And ours, we have a lot more to pick from. Like, I don't even know. Let's go take a look if it'll let me show it here. So Tonyville Sluggers, obviously. So we have 25 innings pitched. So you have to keep track of your pitchers this season for sure. So my first matchup is against Josh. So these are going to be all the offensive, and then these are going to be all the pitching ones. So we're keeping track of wins, saves, strikes, ERA, WHIP, quality starts. So in order for his pitchers' points to be counted, he has to make sure his pitchers at least pitch 25. All his pitchers total pitch 25 innings, which will show, again, your lineup will be here, and then down here, you have to have at least 25 innings pitched. If you fail to do so, you will lose all the pitching points for that week. So, let's go back here. Back to my fake team. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm going through day by day trying to pick who should be playing. This day all these guys are going to be playing and giving me points. If I go to Tuesday, where a lot of them had already played on Monday, now I can move out. So this guy, he played on Sunday, now he plays again on Tuesday. So I'll probably want to toss him in there. I want to toss him up there as my catcher. And then obviously I won't have a few guys that play for these positions, but at least I'm still going to get points for this. Same thing with your pitching. He's pitching, so I'm going to want to put him up there. So everybody in the white fields are going to be counted for this day. Obviously, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. There are I mean, just so many baseball games every day through the season. So normally, what I will do is on the day, a couple days or a day before my my matchup week, I'll go in and you can set all of these, in advance. So like the ones I'm setting right now, these are gonna be, um, these guys are gonna stick in this position when this day comes. So every time you advance the day, you can select who's gonna play that day. Now, obviously, if I wanted to, I could set all those guys each day, or like on Saturday, I set them all for everybody the week prior, and then I could just not touch it for the whole week. You can do that, but obviously some guys, will get sick, some guys will get hurt. So you'll have to eventually, if you keep track of baseball, go in there and then change your guys out as they, get hurt. Um, so yeah, the hardest part I think is just keeping up with it. I will normally go into work and check it every morning just to see who my current lineup is for that day. If I know I'm gonna have a busy week, I will set them up on a Saturday, and then maybe I'll check it every other day during the week. Um, because yeah, you obviously want to have as much of your guys playing to be able to get the points, to win the week. So yeah, that is at least the team management section. Um, there's a ton of information here, like all their previous scores. You could make it show last 7 days of what their activity is. Just trying to help you pick, your guys right with all the stats that they give. Some little if you wanted, you could go in here and like every day just click on swap inactive players, and it'll automatically toss in all the players that should be playing. But I mean, all it does is if there's an empty space, it will put any available guy into that space, whether you think he's like a good pick for that day or not. Or, I mean, there'll be some days where like I need to put this guy up into the first base and then this guy down in the utility, because I know like he'll play like later in the day, but he's like a maybe whether he's going to actually play or not. So I want to have the utility spot that's more available to swap guys than the first base position. So yeah, I mean, there's some strategy in that and how what times guys play, when I can swap them out. I think you literally have like 2 or 3 minutes up until the game starts to change guys out. So it does give you some leeway. Once this guy is set for the day and plays for the day, then he will reset again, probably like 12 o'clock at night, to be available to swap out for the next day. So it's not like in football where if you lock a guy in, you have to wait like the whole week. These guys, since they play so often, they change out every night. You can change this guy out the next day. So that's how you change your lineup and go through the days to figure out who should be in those positions. We already went through the matchup screen. This will show you like your points for the week, and again it goes from Monday morning all the way to Sunday night, and then that next Monday morning your team switches. So you're trying to get as many points in each of these categories as possible. Let's see what else we got here. If we go to... Okay, so one of the things that you most likely will do right off the bat, too, is because everybody's draft doesn't end up working the way they want it, you'll probably want to swap some guys out. Like in this case, I kind of want to pick up maybe 1 or 2 more pitchers. So if anything, I could probably get rid of one of these guys to add 1 more pitcher. So what I can do is, in your team area in your roster, they have some extra buttons here. Like you can either trade with other players, like, hey, I want to trade this guy and this guy for 2 of your other guys. Or you can just click add player and look on the waiver, like the free agent list pretty much, to see who's available. So all of these guys weren't picked and they're available for pickup, and they would become part of your team. If I bought it today, it would become part of my team on the 29th. So for example, let's say I do want to pick up another pitcher. So I can go up here. I can change, change this to show, okay, show me all pitchers. Or let's say I really need some guys to give me the innings pitched that I need. I can tell, okay, show me all probable pitchers that are going to be, well, in this case, there's nobody because there's no one playing yet. But you can tell, show me all pitchers that are definitely going to play tomorrow. So, like Sonny Gray, he's kind of, Ian Kennedy's pretty good, so let's try and pick him up. So I want to pick this guy up. Since my roster is full, I have to remove a guy from my team. These are, it doesn't say who your benched guys are, but if you know like someone's doing horrible, like this guy, actually, so like this guy, he's currently ranked 7, well, this guy too, he's really high up there. But he has a higher ownership, so people think he's going to be playing more. So nobody really owns this guy, nobody really owns this guy, so I'm probably going to want to get rid of one of these too, just so I can have one more pitcher that is, semi-decent. A lot of people have this person owned. So let's actually get rid of Gordon. So I want to swap out him to pick up Kennedy. So this will go create the trade, and then in a couple days he will eventually become part of my team. He doesn't become part of my team that first Monday, but on the 29th, he's still not part of my team because he still exists. On the 29th, though, he should become available, which it doesn't show until the 29th, so he'll be removed. I'll have another pitcher added to my team then on this day. So there's player trades that you can do with other teams. You can add and drop players that you may or may not need. I think I have an unlimited number of trades that can be done in the league. Let me double check that. I don't know where I see that. Let's look at commissioner settings. Team management, transition. Won't let me even view it. I don't think there's any. There might, like, on some leagues they would only allow like 5 trades in a week, and that's it. I don't think I set that in this one. I honestly won't know until we start. So yeah. So that's pretty much how you set up your team. You can go through and use like this player listing, and you can create watch lists. There's so many different ways of researching players to see whether they're going to do good or bad. I mean, there's just numerous amounts of stats available at your fingertips here. Like if you click on opponent, like this will show, who they're playing against on what days. So you can kind of, plan out your strategy based on this list. Again, here, like this will show me who's actually pitching on what days for the pitchers. So I'll most likely want to make sure they are part of my lineup on the 3rd and make sure they're on my lineup on the 9th. So, and all those times that they play will add towards my minimum innings pitched. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I kind of wanted to cover in this. I guess if there's any other questions, you guys know how to get a hold of me through the Facebook group, or there's a section down here where you can add notes and messages. So let me know if you have any questions, if there's any other details that you want me to specifically talk about. I can create another video if you guys think it's necessary. You can email the whole league. There's just all these different ways to manage your team as if it was your baseball team. You're trying to get the best players to win the season. So, yeah, I guess with that, good luck, have fun.